everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a fun video to talk about. If you've been following me here on the channel, you know that I had an interview with Tim Kuniskis just over a week ago at the Detroit Auto Show. And Tim was nice enough to make some time out of his busy schedule to talk to me. During that interview, I had tons of questions, but unfortunately I got only to a few of them. But one of the questions I had, and I know a lot of people have asked the same thing, if you follow me here on the channel, you'll know that I talk a lot about the Ram Rampage. Now, the Rampage, if you're not familiar with it, is a compact unibody-based pickup, actually based on the same architecture as the current Jeep Compass here. But down there, it is Ram's smallest offering in their lineup. And it basically is about the same size as a Ford Maverick. Now, Ford, on the other hand, obviously sells the Maverick here in the US. Sales have been booming with that truck. They sold over 155,000 units in 2025. Compared to the Ford Ranger, which is mid-size body on frame, the Ranger only sold just over 70,000 units. So you can see the Rampage, there's a huge market for it. But the interesting thing is it doesn't have much competition here. It's got the Hyundai Santa Cruz, which is nowhere near the sales that the Maverick is. But with Ram building a Dakota pickup, and we know that the Dakota is coming. It's going to be another year or so before it comes. The very interesting thing I had to ask Tim was, why not bring this truck here? So I kind of talked to Tim and I asked him, hey, if there's any other segments, outside of what they're already offering, that he'd be interested in. And then I kind of led into the Rampage thing. He had some very interesting thoughts on the Rampage. It was, again, this truck is pretty cool. I mean, being here in Michigan, I've seen them actually testing them on the road. Even though they don't sell them here, they still test them. The Rampage truck is actually really cool. It is, again, a compact truck. So it's about the size of the older, I would say the S10s, the early Rangers from the early 2000s. But I think it would meet a lot of needs of people here. So I wanted to lead into what he had thoughts on the Rampage. And again, Tim just had a lot of things to say about it. And this question comes on the same day that Ford actually took North American Truck of the Year honors with the Ford Maverick Lobo. So Tim even said something about that too. But anyways, I want you guys to go through, see what Tim says. But I want you guys to listen to what he has to say about the Rampage. And then I want to hear about your guys' thoughts.
All right. Simple question. It's your opinion. You got the midsize Dakota coming. You got the Ramcharger SUV coming. That's a full-size body on frame, and it's still a few years out. Is there any other segments that you would love to expand the Ram brand into?
Yep.
Just yes?
Yes.
Okay, so this goes on to my next thing. So Ram Brazil.
Yes.
Has been killing it with the Rampage, the unibody compact pickup.
Awesome.
That's based on the Jeep Compass. It looks
better
awesome.
Than the North American Truck of the Year.
I 100% agree. I think you guys got snubbed on that. And Nick and I were just talking about that. The funny thing is I see them sometimes running. Well, when 696 was open, I see them running because ZF has them and stuff like that, and they look good on the road. Okay. Do you ever consider? And again, this is your opinion. Would you consider bringing something into that segment? Because obviously Maverick's got momentum. Its sales are actually almost equal, if not better, than Ranger. Yep. The market for those trucks right now are huge, but the options are limited to Hyundai Santa Fe and Maverick. Toyota's looking into that thing. You guys have a product. Obviously, it's going to be a little different because it's more of a premium product down there. Would you consider?
It's. Would I consider? Absolutely. Do I think Rampage is awesome? Yes. Would I love to have it in the United States? Yes. That doesn't mean that we're going to do it. And when I say that, I'll tell you why. If you look at, you brought up Maverick. If you look at Maverick and Ranger, and you see what's going on with Maverick and Ranger, you see a little bit of I'm guessing from the outside looking in, you see a little bit of deprioritization of Ranger, based on what's going on with Bronco, and then you see Maverick filling in that gap. So that shows you within that space there is a little bit of a cross shop between the two where the prices overlap. Right now I'm in a space where I don't have a midsize truck, and I desperately need a midsize truck as fast as possible. So it would be tough to make the investment to bring in a compact truck without knowing what the midsize truck is going to do first. You really got to test that first. And I know the average consumer that would hear me say that's ridiculous. No, it's a lot more complicated than that. So to bring a vehicle from Brazil into the United States is a big investment.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not just, hey, we're going to file our paperwork. I mean, there's structural requirements, there's headlight requirements,
Oh, yeah.
there's crash test requirements. It's a huge investment. So you would not want to call the ball on that until you knew exactly where you were going to position your Dakota and where that was going to fit. Once we answer that question, then we can decide on Rampage.
Because, like, again, I wouldn't say it would even be that vehicle because that platform is old and you guys are kind of slowly phasing that out. I'm just saying that segment, does that interest you, basically? Obviously it does.
Every segment interests me.
So you can clearly see, you know, Tim has passion for this truck. It just depends on how the Dakota does. He doesn't want to cross shop, you know, vehicles, but it takes a lot of investment that people don't really understand, like that goes into bringing a vehicle here. Even so, let's say it's not the same vehicle, they are going to have to engineer a vehicle for the US market, and let's say it's on the newer platform, like a Stella Medium platform, it's going to take a lot of investment. So Tim wants to make sure that, you know, this new midsize truck that everybody's been waiting for takes the priority and then see if there's any openings after. So again, he didn't call it out. He said every segment he's interested in. So again, we will see how Ram does with its lineup going in the future. We know they're getting a body-on-frame full-size SUV alongside the Jeep Grand Wagoneer at the Warren Truck Assembly Plant. We know that the Toledo North plant is going to be producing the new Ram Dakota. And, you know, there's other things in the works too. So we're actually going to talk about one of those products here actually very, very soon, probably in the next day or so here on the channel, because I actually had to talk with Tim about that. So stay tuned for that. But I will talk to you guys in the next video. Make sure to leave your comments down below and tell me what you think about the Rampage. Would you consider buying one of these vehicles over a midsize Dakota if the price was right? And, you know, tell me what your thoughts are on the looks of this truck. I'm waiting to hear what people's feedback is. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.